Don't men want a
magazine.
woman who's
Camden?
like highly in demand?
Huh?
Don't men want a woman who's in high demand?
Nope.
No?
Well,
They got a
You want
song
an ugly
about
girl?
that, though.
no, it's different. It's like you don't want, if a girl is like, has a bunch of suitors, you don't want that.
Why not?
But wouldn't attractive women have that?
I mean, you're
Well, it
attractive.
depends
you're
how-
It
attractive,
wouldn't make
like-
her more attractive.
It depends how,
Yeah.
it wouldn't make her more attractive because men don't need a cosign to find a girl attractive,
But does that come with
like
that?
pre-selection. Well,
So you like
doesn't
mid?
what's that?
Yeah, if you're hot, it comes with that.
No, it's not. It part of it is how out there you are on social media.
In what way?
Well, like if you have a social media presence, excuse me, then you're going to have much more suitors, much more options.
And that bothers you because
What do you mean?
why does it bother you if she has a lot of options or suitors?
It's not so much. It depends. Maybe I should clarify. If she's like dating around, she's going on a bunch of dates. For example, if I go on a first date with a girl and I find out that she's like dating other dudes while she's, even if it's a first date with me, I'm done. I'm not going to see her again.
Are you
So what's
dating
your
other women?
expectation?
Like, would you go on 2 dates in one day?
donated $99.
So you wouldn't meet her on a dating app, because if you're on a dating app,
Hold
usually.
on.
Values, respect are openly shamed. Total respect for anyone who wouldn't intentionally get in the middle.
Wait, what?
Mayor
talking
Moore.
about
Not
him.
sure. What is
He's
this?
talking about you getting in the middle of her and her date, I think.
Respect or openly total respect for anyone who wouldn't intentionally.
We're
get
saying to
in the
go
middle.
for it. He's saying you're right and not going for it.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then
no
what about
room
dating
in
apps?
this-
If you meet somebody on a
Thank you, Sophia. Thank you very
So
much.
you
What
would-
is it about
so she
you?
wouldn't. She wouldn't be.
Form a line, please, one at a time.
Okay, so she wouldn't. So ideally, she wouldn't be on Instagram, or have a public Instagram at least, right?
Sure.
And she wouldn't be on a dating site. So you would have to meet her in person or something.
Or
like
I could
through
just
friends.
be like first there.
What is it about you?
So
that-
new,
On a dating
like the
app.
new
like
one on
just
the dating app.
downloading the dating apps. Like I can save her.
Wait,
I can
okay,
save
so
her.
like you saw like my Instagram, like the way that it is, that would bother you?
I don't know. I didn't do a thorough
Okay.
review of your Instagram.
Okay.
I saw some bike photos or something.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, I could let my dad manage that account that I wouldn't care. Like that gives you a pretty good idea of how my DMs
Wait, what
are.
was the original point? I'm trying to return to.
Well,
the
like
original.
you say, like you don't want a girl that has like Instagram and stuff. Like
Like
I
a social
asked
media
you
follower.
why
You want
it's a turn off
competition.
if she has a lot of suitors, and then you said I don't like girls that date around. I want her to only be on a date with me. But
Yeah.
if you meet her on a dating app, what is it about you that would make her just be like?
Okay. Not all women on dating apps are just like going on tons of dates, although a fair amount of them are.
But women, when we're on a dating app, we have to like lower our we have to make it manageable. And then between a bunch
Sure.
of people, we don't have a preference because we don't know much about you yet.
Sure.
Right? So if she goes out with you, you expect something about you for her to be like, I'm not going to talk to anyone else until this one date happens.
Pretty much. Yeah, you basically even before I've come onto your radar, you need to have been single for like 3 years. No, I'm kidding. But
Well, do
Yeah.
you tell this to the girls up front? Like, hey, like, I don't want you to be seeing other people.
Do you have her
I would
screenshot her
ask.
combos on the dating app?
no, I'm not like, I'm not the type of guy that's like going to go through a girl's phone, but I'm going to like ask some questions.
Oh.
I'm going to
That'd
be
be-
like, who are you seeing anybody else right now?
Well, to find a girl without an Instagram, because like everyone uses it not even just to post photos, but just communicate or like consume content, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't that be a small percentage of girls that you're limiting yourself to?
No, well, I didn't say if a girl has an Instagram, that's not like an immediate no-go for me.
I think you should just get off dating.
I'm trying to
apps.
remember what the original string was where I mentioned Instagram.
You said girls with following. So she asked you if a girl has a lot of suitors, is she still desirable? And you
No,
said
I-
no.
I
I know
don't know-
that
I
like
don't know
that
if that's the original
high value
string.
men hit the DMs and stuff, and that you could just come and take your women, and that Instagram is pretty much like a dating app. That's how you get like blue check marks sliding in your DMs and stuff.
Okay, well, the original thing was, let me see, total respect for anyone who wouldn't intentionally get in the middle. So this was about me saying, I don't want to step on any toes. I think that's what initially brought on this conversation. So I'm trying to.
And then she said, "Isn't it hot if there's a lot of people in competition for the girl?"
No, that's not what I said. I said that hot women naturally are going to have a
Okay.
lot of guys that are, because they're hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it doesn't
guys
necessarily
want
make them more
hot chicks.
attractive.
Like,
The thing
yeah, it
about
doesn't.
dating,
It doesn't. It
I
doesn't
mean,
make the
but
girl
then
more
is that
attractive.
Does it make her
realistic?
less
No.
attractive?
But is that realistic though?
It could make her more less attractive. What's
Okay.
that?
I agree. Like that's annoying. Like if you could have like a guy that's hot with like a bunch of like girls hanging around versus not. Obviously, like I would also choose like not. But naturally, in the territory, we have an attractive woman or attractive guy. There's gonna be people who want them. So like, don't you think that's really difficult to achieve? What you're saying is a hot woman who also magically has no guys into her, but she's still really hot and
Diamond in the
vocal
rough.
It's like a chick
and-
flick
Diamond in the
scenario.
But would you
rough.
say that's
No one
realistic?
noticed her.
Well, would you?
Do you want her to have watched this podcast and been like, okay, I saw Brian on this dating app, now I'm not going to talk to him? Because why would she do that? She sounds like a lunatic if she just saw you. It's like, oh my God, I'm not talking to
Stalker.
him before she even meets you.
Okay, I guess I could also frame this like, is it unrealistic of me to want a woman who's not promiscuous?
No, that's
If she's
possible. But to
talking-
say
But would you say that a majority of people a majority of women are promiscuous? So then, therefore, is it unrealistic for me to desire a partner that is not promiscuous, despite the majority of people engaging in promiscuity?
If
But
she's
when you
talking
say-
to multiple people on an app, is she promiscuous?
I think no. You mean selective. You want someone who's selective, so she's not going to choose to go on dates with all the guys in her
Anyone
queue
except
or
him,
whatever.
apparently.
No, so
Well-
she'll have guys that she matches with, but she's not going to actually go on dates with every single one.
I
of
guess
them.
I'm delusional.
Yeah.
I guess I'm
That's
delusional.
not how
I-
dating
I don't-
works, though. When you're
I-
dating somebody, you are allowed. The man is allowed to
Exactly.
be dating multiple people at the same time, and the woman
Haram.
is too. Because unless
Haram.
you say, "Hey,
Sounds-
we're in a relationship,"
Sounds so exclusive for a first
you
date,
have to
though.
lock that down and say, "Hey, we're in a committed relationship," in order for all that other side
You
shit
know
to
what?
stop.
I disagree with this. I think it's entirely reasonable for both men and women to be properly single and dating one person at a time. I don't think it's that hard.
I agree.
But
I
she
think
has to
it's-
do that
I think-
before she goes on the
s-
date with you. Like she has to already not like if she's on a dating app. Why do you expect you to be the only person she's
You
considering?
even if you're on a dating app, you can date just one person at a time. It doesn't mean that that given date is going to go the distance. It doesn't mean it's going to turn into a long-term relationship. But I think for both men and women, if you actually want the likelihood of any one given interaction of actually, going further, I do actually think dating one person at a time, and maybe it only lasts for one date, maybe it's only 2 dates, maybe it's only 3. I actually think that's gonna be the thing that's going to be most likely to yield.
So what if she's going on one date a week and then she's not talking to anyone? She goes on the date. She's like, I don't like him. Next week she goes out.
I
with
think
you.
that's
don't like
okay.
him. Okay.
People
I think
are
that's
so
okay.
confused on
Yeah,
what
no, I
dating
know what you're
is.
saying.
But
it
it's
makes
like
sense.
we go on a first date. We go on a first date on Wednesday. She has a date with a guy scheduled for Friday. She has another date scheduled for Saturday. She's dating multiple dudes.
But if
I
she
don't want
dated
that.
you and she didn't have the date scheduled yet, she came home. She's like, Brian ain't it, and then she scheduled another
Well,
date.
I
That's
ain't it, so I don't care.
And that's why people do that. Because
So what if you were
might
date
not-
number 32 on my list, and I had gone out on 33, but I waited until every date was over before I pursued them? Because I kind of did do that. Would you date me? No, you don't.
Would I just on that sole factor?
Well, you said you don't. Is that
It's
unattractive?
really well. Okay, look, I'll just reiterate. It's really not that hard, and this is what I think people in the past did. Now I think we were inundated with options. It's really not that hard to date one person at a time.
But dating one person at a time just means that when you have a date scheduled, you're not scheduling other dates until that date is finished. Is
I
that
kind
what-
of laser focus in on a girl. Like if I'm not,
that into her.
Okay.